Hello fellow lovers of the liminal and the weird, and welcome to another video by Liminal Spaces. Today I would like to do a quick channel update and some sci-fi and fantasy news. We can start with the fact that the screen behind me looks different. I decided to point my camera in a different direction. I did some rearranging in my front room area, the kind of library den area. So I'm just trying another angle for fun. Behind me is the horror section, and then I moved my ace doubles up on top of this shelf so you can see those above my head. But this over here behind me is horror, and then over here, wrong way, over here is horror as well. So yeah, there's a new angle you might see every now and again. We'll start with sci-fi, fantasy, and horror news. I only have one item on this list for this week. I know it's crazy, and this is one that Jason found. There's a horror movie coming out called Deus Irae, which of course is the name of the Philip K. Dick and Roger Zelazny post-apocalyptic story. So we were very excited at first. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like the movie has anything to do with the book. It is looks like a religious horror movie. Kind of exorcist. It looks like it's in a convent. I don't know. It looks interesting if you like horror and if you like religious horror specifically. And I do. I like some religious horror. It's fun. So it looks fun, but unfortunately it's not this. That is it for the news, and now we'll move on to what I have been watching. I started watching a show called Station 11. I thought it had just come out, but apparently it's been out for quite a while, since 2021. So I don't know how I missed it, or if they just started restreaming it and re-advertising it. I have no idea. But it looked interesting to me, post-apocalyptic. I love that. So I popped it on, and the first episode was really good, which is the story of this man who is living a normal life, and then suddenly he has to take this kid home, and just the night of him trying to take the kid home, the world ends. Everything falls apart. And I was really on board. I really enjoyed it. And then I got to the second episode, and it was like 20 years after the end of the world, and the young girl that was in the first episode is now part of a traveling Shakespearean play group, theater group. And it really kind of hit the brakes for me. I don't know why, but I wasn't very interested in that, and I was really interested in seeing how the end of the world affected things. But because they were keeping us in this little group, we could never see how the end of the world ravaged the earth. So it was just a Shakespearean company in a forest. Which could be fine drama, but I'm really interested in the end of the world stuff. That's what I want to talk about and see, and it seemed like they kept that far at hand. My plan was to continue on after that second episode, but I haven't been able to get up the gumption to do it after that second episode. I talked to my sister-in-law, Dana, about it, and she stopped at the same point I did and had the exact same reaction that I had. So let me know if I should continue watching. Has anybody watched this? What do you think? Does it pick back up? Is it awesome? Does it fall apart? Does it continue to fall apart? Let me know what you think of Station 11 in the comments. I would appreciate it. Stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with the channel that I watched. Number one, I watched a wonderful Gene Wilder documentary that was really good. I love Gene Wilder. I loved him growing up. Young Frankenstein is one of my favorite comedies of all time. If I had to do a top 10 comedies, that really truly might be number one. Absolutely incredible documentary about Gene's life in the movies. And it reminded me of a lot of movies of his that I had forgotten about. And it was wonderful to kind of see his life. That was fun. I also watched the documentary about the Brat Pack. My brother had mentioned that he was interested in that as well. I watched that, and that was interesting to me. It's strange because I'm a 90s kid. So my brother, Jason, knows all those 80s movies, and he was right at the right age when those movies came out. So I think that documentary will mean more to him than it does to me. But I enjoyed it just for historical purposes. It was really fun. Okay, on to the channel. Here's what we plan to do in the coming week. I read last week and finished This Immortal by Roger Zelazny. This is the second novel this channel's going to do by Roger Zelazny. I think it is Roger Zelazny's second novel because it was the second one published in magazines, but it was his first novel published in novel form, so I'm going to talk about that in the video. I'm still confused as to what Roger wrote first. So if anybody knows what Roger wrote first, Dream Master or This Immortal, they're also called Call Me Conrad and He Who Shapes. If you know which one was written first, I'd love to know that. But I'm going to be talking about this next week. And I'm also going to be doing a video I talked about in the last channel update, which is the chasing down the concept of the dream machine trope. The subgenre that our channel is flirting with here a lot of the dream machine. So I'm going to do a video on trying to define what that trope actually is, what that subgenre is, and what it means when we talk about it on this channel, which should be a lot of fun. So those are the two videos that I'm going to do next week. I am reading this week, so if you want to join me, The Claw of the Conciliator by Gene Wolfe. I finished of course, a couple weeks back we did the first one in this series by Gene Wolfe, which is called The Shadow of the Torturer, and I took a break from it, and now I'm going to head back into it. I am very happy to report that on the first book, it was kind of hard to pick up. And what I mean by that is it was a struggle for me to read that book because I had to learn how Gene Wolfe writes. I had to find my way into the text. With this one, I can't put it down. I decided to just read 20 pages this morning, and I think I got almost to page 80. No, that's not true. 60. I got to 60 because it's just so good. It's really enjoyable. So this one's really picking up for me. Literally Books, Virgil over at Literally Books, and I have been throwing around the idea of doing a deep read of this together. I think that is still in the cards. I'm excited about that concept. I'm going to email Virgil and see what we can work out so that we can get to that. So if you would like to join us in the Gene Wolfe reading of the Book of the New Sun, we are on to Claw of the Conciliator, so grab that one and start reading with us. We love it when you read with us. So that'll be in 2 weeks that we start talking about that. Jason is going to read another Ray Bradbury story. I forgot what it was called. Let's see. The Smiling People is what he's going to read next. His original plan is to jump around all these short story books, but he is having a riot with this. So I think we have a new subscriber that commented on one of these videos and said, hey, I'm new to the channel. I love Ray Bradbury. I'm going to say welcome to you. We do a lot of Ray Bradbury content on here, so you are in the right place. And if you haven't gotten this book, this is a recent release of Ray Bradbury's first short story collection. Released in 1947 by Arkham Press. Super hard to find. Includes stories that aren't published anywhere else other than in this collection. This is worth a buy if you're a Ray Bradbury fan at all. This is incredible because it brings a very expensive book into an affordable cost for people that love Ray Bradbury and aren't serious Arkham collectors or serious Ray Bradbury collectors. So I love it. I can't believe it. It's so exciting. So Jason's going to do The Smiling People out of that one. So if you would like to keep up with Jason, read the story The Smiling People. I think that's what it was called. Yes. Okay. He's also going to take on another possible dream machine movie in Inception. Somebody in the comments brought up, like, what about Inception? And I was like, duh, of course I should have thought about Inception. Absolutely, Inception works really well with this concept. So yeah, we're going to do he's going to look at Inception and do a review of Inception. So that's what you can look forward to next week. And I would like to end by saying, if you're a new subscriber to the channel, welcome. We're really glad to have you. We're up above 14,000, heading towards 15,000 subscribers. My brother and I are constantly blown away by the fact that people are enjoying watching us. We appreciate you all being here. We love doing this. We love that you guys love watching us. If you're new, welcome aboard. If you've been with us the whole time, thank you so much for watching. I would like to go to the comment of the week really quick, and this comes from Patrico Time 4578. Patrico Time, and this is actually a comment that I was supposed to go over in my video where we're chasing down the concept of the dream machine and what it's going to mean to this channel, but I've already made that video and I forgot to talk about that. So let me read this comment and I'll bring up what I meant to talk about in that other one. So this is Patrico Time. There's also an aspect of the genre about the uncertainty of whether someone is dreaming or awake or being manipulated by an outside force, be it dream machine or other. Total Recall, of course, is the obvious one. The TV miniseries Wild Palms explored manipulation of dreams and reality through VR. The totally bizarre Eastern European Metropia does it through dandruff shampoo. Cold Souls with Paul Giamatti does it through a soul transference machine. Dark City and The Matrix obviously as well. And I always liked the idea in Strange Days that people would get addicted to reliving specific memories on a nostalgia trip or be into experiencing murder or death. Recorded memories as a drug is such a cool idea, and the idea that people would knowingly subject themselves to it is much closer to what we see happening with social media. This is an incredible comment. Thank you very much. I wanted to springboard off of it and talk about the fact that if we're not careful, our vagueness of definition will allow a landslide of movies and media that just will eventually become VR stuff, which literally what we're talking about is VR stuff. So I see why we go there. But yeah, I worked very hard in the video about what I think this subgenre, how we should define this subgenre, this trope of the dream machine in science fiction in the video to come. So you can expect that next week. But what an incredible comment and what a wonderful list of things. A lot of those on there I've never seen or never read. I think those were mainly movies. So yeah, we're adding all those to our to-be-watched list, Jason especially. So thank you, Patrico Time, for that wonderful comment. All right, I think that is everything. I look forward to putting up these videos that look at This Immortal next week. Jason's going to look at Inception. And then after that, we'll get into more Gene Wolfe. If you watched this video to the end, thank you very much. If you liked it, please click like. And if you like this kind of content, please subscribe because we'll be making a lot more of it in the future. Thank you so much for watching.